welcome to Kickin and Crocs, the podcast where we talk about martial
Hello, and welcome to Kickin and Crocs, the podcast where we talk about martial arts stuff, geeky stuff, and it's the 100th episode! 100!
I said that during our other intro.
He did,
That
but
is
everybody
gonna
else
cut.
was talking at the
That
same
is
time,
gonna
so I had to
cut.
cut that intro out. My name is Steve, 1/3 of Kickin and Crocs.
I'm Dave, and I got donuts. And I'm also a third of Kicking and Crocs.
I'm Nick. I want to eat a donut, and I'm the final third of Kickin and Crocs. Hello, everybody.
And also, that guy brought the donuts.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, so let's just let everybody introduce themselves first, starting on the left side.
I'm Rob.
He's Rob.
People know me as Sensei Rob.
They don't.
Yes, they do.
I'm also his adopted child.
That's a fact. We've tested the.
Moving on, we have,
Lauren.
also known as
Lauren, hold the
Lauren.
microphone
Sensei
close
Lauren,
enough to
or
your
the
mouth, please.
Raptor. Also, my
That's
adopted
true.
child.
That is true.
Is she?
Work daughter.
Sweet.
Duh, where have you been?
Seriously, how do you not know this?
Steve's really trying to taking your role in like every sense of the word. So stuff.
No, Steve's like Steve lives here.
Yeah.
And then,
Hi, Lauren.
I'm Other Dave, 2.0, Master Dave. And I didn't bring the donuts, and I'm not a 1/3 partner.
he is the man responsible for the logo, though.
That's true. Yeah, I did that.
Oh, here.
Word.
He is the
Bang.
man responsible for the logo and other artwork that we're going to do with the logo coming up this year, hopefully.
Yeah,
He just found out now.
I did.
And he also designs our race T-shirts.
Oh,
Well,
they are.
That again.
Draws them. I have ideas.
They are awesome. Dave literally sends him about a half a paragraph of what he wants or less, and then Caravella makes this amazing artwork.
I say, hey, can
all.
I have Stitch doing some obstacles from a Spartan race? And he goes, on it. And then
That's
boom.
enough.
As long as Luke is not involved, I am game to
Yes.
draw it.
Luca is the worst at sharing. I'd like a thing that does stuff.
Yeah.
How is this? No. That's,
He knows in his head he
Not
knows
good.
exactly what he wants, but he
Yeah.
won't like
he can't
communicate
get it out
well.
now. He doesn't like art, and it tells because he can't even talk about it.
I don't really like art, but I have an idea of like what I want the shirt to look like.
He has no
I
idea.
have like a loose idea of like it should be this. Like when we did the logo for Kickin and Crocs, I was like,
Got it.
hey,
We'll
can
get
we
there.
have like a crocodile throwing a kick and a croc? And Dave's like, all right, I'm on it.
Yeah, but
And that-
it made me realize why I don't want to go in the art field. Luca.
Well,
right-
Luca
right
made you
there.
realize
Luca
that.
made me realize.
But what
why
about
I am
us?
so
We're
glad I
easy.
never
He
wanted
was
to
going.
go
He
and
was
do that.
cruising. He's like, I love it. This could have been another path for me. And then Luca's like, I'm an accountant, and I know why. Thank you, sir, for bringing me back.
No, but I mean, we're going to throw you good
Keeping it a
ideas.
great hobby.
We're going to throw you good ideas.
All right, I'm game.
We also want to do a web comic of some sort eventually.
Well, you know,
We've talked about it.
You know Frank Hackett, right? Do you know Frank?
I know Frank, yeah.
So Frank used to do art on the side, right? It was like a hobby of
It was
his.
a side hustle.
Now he had some difficulties with his job in early 2024.
He was sales for like
And
phone,
18
cellular companies.
Yeah, so I think it was AT&T or some one of those companies, and he great at his job, but they kept on kind of adjusting things that made it difficult for him to remain consistent, and he still was able to pull it through, but he got an opportunity to draw a card series for Bo Jackson, a comics series that Bo Jackson was putting together.
Yeah.
And now he runs
He has a team.
art team. He draws for multiple different folks now that are like just out of their career doing things in like the comic world, the gaming world. It's just wild to see him do that. And I'm like, that could be
Yeah.
a transition, Dave.
That's
It's out
awesome.
there. And he wasn't in the field at all.
That's amazing.
So really cool.
So we've brought everybody here for our 100th episode.
100 episode.
I
Love it.
promised to Kelsey. I can't deliver that, but I brought 3 other people.
Yeah,
So-
baby. We got
They can
3 other
maybe
people here.
Equal a Kelsey.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Sigh.
getting the shadow half onto the podcast has proven ineffective, and it probably will never happen. But
Yet
she will.
very effective for our plot of never seeing her
Well, she's
ever.
we've had her talk before,
Exactly.
but
That's not the same.
so
Yep.
all
I said
these people
seeing
have
her.
been on the show in one capacity or another.
You're
so
right.
Rod's been on twice now.
Twice.
And then he's going to be in our upcoming fantasy football wrap up.
Correct.
As well as Dave, he'll be on that one too. Lauren Stowe.
I won't be on it because they didn't invite me to the league.
I apologize.
Yeah. So
So sorry.
Yeah. So
I don't
So
apologize.
Rod's been on twice. Lauren is still our
This
number
is
one,
her 3rd time.
and she's still the number 1 most viewed episode.
Yeah.
if we're talking across
Overall?
both years, because this technically is also our 2-year anniversary episode, too.
Right, but
This is a big episode.
Big
This is the
episode.
100th
But
episode,
across-
the 2-year anniversary episode, and it's the third
But
podcast.
across
No
two-
pressure, guests.
But across 2 years,
Right.
yeah. So number one viewed all time
Has
is,
been her.
is her episode, and then we have
And
And
Lauren
the
is
one
also
that
the
has the most
inspiration
technical
of the
difficulties.
show.
Oh, he next.
I was also the first
She's the-
guest.
Yeah, she was the
She was
first.
the first.
first guest.
Was
yeah.
she the first?
Yeah, she was
the
first
But
guest.
with the three of us, we were like
First guest.
I have the special guest.
before me, before I was a guest, because wasn't I
You-
initially
no,
a
you
guest?
were never.
I was a
We-
guest, wasn't
No.
I?
That was we intended it, but it turned out
Yeah,
not to be that
you
way
don't
anymore.
count.
I thought I was the first.
You
guest.
were.
You were the
You
first
are
guest.
the
Yeah, I
first
was.
guest.
You were. I
Nick
was.
is
The
like,
title of
Nick
the
is like,
episode
I
is
will
literally-
show up when I can, and then he just became a staple.
Yeah,
Regardless,
exactly.
I have the special.
You have
guest
the thing
come
from
with
charity.
me.
Yep,
Oh my
yep,
God.
yep.
Sleep on the couch.
And then,
And then the person that has the most technical difficulties involved in his episodes is this man right here.
so we had one where we had the audio wasn't working, and then during the big recap episode of our not fantasy of the tailgating, you were on Zoom, and then that glitched.
Yep.
So
I'm waiting for to see what happens this time.
no, nothing's gonna happen this time.
That
You
mic
should.
is shut off. Anyway, so. No, I
Yeah,
will
there
look,
you're
it
stuck in the-
looks
stuck in the
fantastic
corner.
in the reflection.
Yeah,
Even though
that's it,
that
it's
doesn't
working.
help with audio at all, but whatever.
So
Count.
so everybody here owns Crocs. Is this safe to say? Yeah. Yes. Excellent. Excellent. Everybody here at those kicks. Is this safe to say? Yes. Everybody at those kicks. So you're all officially kicking in Crocs.
Yeah, Lauren. Trying to kick.
Yay.
Yeah. Well,
So-
today, you know what? I couldn't kick.
Yeah.
So
Ooh, why couldn't you kick today?
what was the kick we did? The
Jump
Oh,
jump
crescents.
spinning
Yeah, jump spinning crescents.
Yeah, couldn't do that.
Those are great kicks.
Wait, you just complained
Ins-
about this kick.
The jump spinning inside crescent?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're like, I'm gonna start
Inside?
teaching
Jump spinning
Kama
outside crescent?
Kata
Okay.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice kick.
I couldn't do it. Luca, I was partners with Luca when we were working with it, and he did it much better than I did.
Did he really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
typically, I broke it down to crescent kick, then spinning crescent kick, then jumping with the spinning crescent kick. So
I'm glad he hit it. That's cool. Or at least
Yeah,
got
yeah.
close to it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, my jump was really weak. I got about 2 inches off the floor, and then I started laughing because I was like, "This looks so stupid."
well, you don't really practice jumping, so I mean that's not really.
Yeah, you're not. You
You skip
You
leg
don't
day
sit
a
in the
lot.
apartment jumping.
Wow.
She skips leg day. She doesn't do.
Man.
You're mean.
You pick she doesn't pick things up and
To
puts them
be
down.
honest, I skip every day.
Yeah, exactly. I skip
know my
everything every
audience.
day.
So
I'm
so
not really just skipping leg day.
so let's get like a wrap up of like so what have you been doing since the last time we talked art wise? Draw anything cool?
Ooh, I've been on like an art hiatus. I need ideas.
Oh well, we
I
got
need to be
them.
inspired.
Art,
Ooh, I do have a goal though.
what's that?
I am looking to expand my talents into painting, like digital painting.
Oh, we can
Yeah.
take you
How
up
Not
on
just
that.
slapping color on something, like actually like trying to like learn how to paint digitally.
Oh
That's
well,
the plan this year.
Okay,
all right.
so now
Well,
do
we-
you apply acrylics directly to your keyboard?
Yes, that's exactly.
wait.
we got
I
we got
can't wait.
ideas. We got artwork
Beautiful
ideas.
iPads everywhere.
I'm gonna have Stitch ideas for our running shirts, and then we got Kickin' and Crocs ideas for Kickin' and Crocs. And
Yeah.
How
I'm
great would
excited.
that be if you collected like iPhone generation ones, iPad generation ones that were dead, obsolete, and then you painted images on them,
Oh, that would be cool.
right?
All
Come
right.
on, I was like,
oh
wait,
my
wait a minute,
god!
we could
And
actually
it could
do
sell
that.
for like millions of dollars.
Seriously,
I saw that guy.
the Caravella.
I saw
Instant
somebody on.
millionaire.
I saw somebody on
I love
YouTube.
it.
I saw
But I'm
somebody on
serious,
YouTube just
they're
like
nothing but
hanging from a
empty
wire
spaces,
and
one.
spinning like upside down. He would spin with his paint cans, and it would swirl on the canvas, and then he would sell that for big money. And I'm like, huh.
all you need
That's
is a
stuff
buyer,
I
and it makes
could
sense.
do. Like I can't draw. My skills are like stick figures, but I could definitely hang from my monkey bars and throw some paint on something.
Spin around in a circle.
Yeah, easily.
Listen,
Yeah.
we'll spin you in a circle for a couple
That's
thousand
what I'm
dollars.
saying.
Rob will hold you by your ankle, and I'll spin you
So-
real fast.
So how about you, Lauren? What?
He's gonna pick you up, Dave.
I'll just hold you.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just hold me up. What about you, Lauren? What have you been up to since our last podcasty episode? You're like what, third year in college now?
Yes.
Oh God.
So proud of you. You're kicking butt. You really are.
Oh God.
Thanks.
Straight A's are always up in the A's.
I wish straight A's.
Well, always up in the A's. Like
Yeah,
you're working
yeah.
hard.
What's the most fun thing you've learned out in your nutrition classes?
That we're insanely unhealthy.
As I eat this donut.
Exactly.
What's the best thing you've learned to do?
I don't know. I don't want to say like the best fun fact, but I remember I answered a question about fiber in one of my classes, and he threw a fig at me as like a
He threw,
reward.
he threw a fig at you? Is that
That's
a
the
reward?
award.
Yeah. He was
Like a
Is
fig-
he wait? Is he Italian? Because that's a very Italian thing
Like
to
a
do.
fig Newton?
She needs a fig. I'll take it off the fig tree.
Oh, like an
at my
actual fig.
aunt's house
and
in
he was
Staten
like, "Here you
Island.
go,
That just-
like this is for answering the question," and he like threw it really hard, and I didn't catch it because like
Did it
I'm
hit
not
you in the face? Like,
Oh yeah.
Did you tell him it wasn't your leg day?
Were you like-
come on?
Were you wearing your
Come on,
glasses?
catching
Were you
this.
protected?
No, I wasn't wearing.
You're
my
like,
glasses. That's probably why I couldn't
it's
catch it.
fiber. Oh.
That
I
needs to be a
that was
video.
just-
a
that was
fig
just
bouncing off the
something-
side of her forehead.
That's a good thing to happen. And yeah.
He's got to. The teacher has to appreciate you to feel
Is
comfortable
that
enough to throw a
Professor
fig at your head.
Figington? Is he still working there?
Figington.
No. How about you, Rob? What's been new since our last?
Not a whole lot. Fantasy football season wrapped up,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
we
yeah,
won't
yeah.
reveal
we won't
anything
reveal
about
anything
that.
on that. I hear you've been hitting the gym.
I have been hitting the gym.
So Rob went to you. What's your main gym?
We go to Planet Fitness usually.
But where did you go?
We went to Lifter's Lair,
Which is like a
and
that's it. That, yeah.
I
That's like a gym. That's
I felt like
underground
a little fish in a large pond.
isn't that like Planet Fitness has the monk alarms in case people from the lifters layer come and invade?
those are those guys? Yep.
They
It-
drive with their trucks and it sets off the alarm inside the gym.
Like
You-
the
you've never heard of-
doorways,
you
the
don't know what the
doorways were
monk
even
alarm
more
is?
expanded just to fit the people in.
Was it like the garage doors they opened up?
Lauren doesn't know what the monk alarm is.
You don't know what the lunk alarm is?
lunk.
That's when like someone's like either like grunting or dropping weights too much, and the alarm goes
There's like an
off,
alarm because you're not
and they
allowed to
kick
do
'em
that.
out.
You're not allowed at Planet Fitness. You're not allowed
Lauren
to.
only knows the hunk alarm because that's what she has
Yeah.
at the old apartment. And it's like, woo, 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 woo.
Never
It's really
goes
just a
off.
friend of hers in the corner that makes a sound. Is all it really is.
So what was the lifters?
Hasn't
layer
gone
like?
off once yet. and
I want to hear.
They're still waiting.
I want to hear about this lifters layer. And do you lift in Crocs?
I do not lift in Crocs, sadly.
Lame,
I'm
lame,
sorry.
lame. Fake
Um,
fan.
it was different. There was nice equipment. My big thing is though, I'm not a person who lifts heavy weights.
Yeah.
My friends are.
Right.
So it's like I go there and it's like, oh, I'm not really doing too much compared to them. So I'm like, I'm okay with Planet Fitness. I don't max out the bench. I don't max out anything. They're getting close to maxing out certain things.
Leanne Ray, Luke Ray, one of our black belts. The mom, great family. We love them. They're very
Awesome.
pro school. Which I bumped into her in ShopRite like a couple months ago. She's the third strongest woman on the planet right now
And that's after that's after
so
injury
cool.
recovery.
in powerlifting. We're
Yep.
talking. She's freaking crazy.
And
She
that
puts
was-
up crazy weight.
Didn't she just come back from an injury and win like huge in a competition?
Yeah,
in, like, the last
she
year and a
should
half?
be going. I mean, if she won, well, I ran into a shop a couple months ago, but she was going to a competition. If she won, she'd go to the championships in Ireland.
Nice.
Yeah,
Do it.
She's strong as an ox.
We're
but,
backing you. She's awesome, and they're such a great.
I
family
watched her
on top
lift
of it, so I love
groceries
it.
into that like BMW. She's lifting groceries up, and I was like, oh boy.
Just carries out the aisle. So we're
Yeah.
good. I would like this section.
Put your card away, or I will crush you.
She just carried Dave back to the car.
How about
Here
you,
you go,
Steve?
David.
What have you been doing since our last podcast?
She's awesome.
Since our last podcast, I edited the most recent podcast. And then went back to work.
You also made some meatballs.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I did. For the first time ever, I actually went and made our family's meatball recipe. I used it.
Jess was talking about in class that she said it
Was
came out
Meatballs
great.
and She
Really?
was just talking about-
Yes, she was talking about Steve's meatballs
Well-
that he made for
Well,
the house.
we had Melissa
in
Colello.
class, and
Melissa-
they came out great. She said.
Melissa
Oh, I'm glad she
Colello,
liked
though,
it.
one of the moms at school, like she kept saying things today during the adult sparring class, but like I don't know, like she'd try and say something, but it would come out like inappropriate.
Oh,
Like they were
great.
double entendres, and she kept saying them, and then she would catch what she was saying and just start laughing. And then Lauren and I were like, "What the heck
What is
happening
wrong with
right
you
now?"
today? Yeah.
So yeah, that's why we were laughing during that sparring class because she kept saying things. And we're like,
I would not know. I was on the mat.
"Oh, it was crazy.
I wouldn't know either. I was in the other school.
It was crazy." But no,
For our
'cause
kids, a
Steve,
double
I'm-
entendre is when you tell a joke and another joke is brought out within it. That's all that is.
He's. I was laying with
You go,
Declan
kids,
the one
vocabulary
day
word of
because he was
the
sick all break, right? So we're laying on the couch, and like Steve starts FaceTiming me. I was like,
Oh,
Steve
yeah, yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
FaceTime me. So I tried to get to my phone in time, and I didn't get it. So then I
knew he'd call you
FaceTimed him right back, and he's like in the kitchen. He's like, I'm making meatballs. How do I know how many breadcrumbs? And I'm like, Yeah.
To count them out.
I was like, you have to feel it, man.
Did you really call
Feel
to
it.
ask how many breadcrumbs?
Well,
like,
because I knew that he makes his family's recipe
Yes.
for meatballs, and there was nobody else that I
But
could
there's
have
a
called
feel.
it.
But
You have
Dave
to-
counts
I'm
the
sure that
grains.
he could have
There's
done it, so-
exactly 237.3
but
grains.
in his defense, when I was first
Or
learning how to
breadcrumbs.
make, when I was first learning how to make the Delaguzzo sauce, I said the same thing to my mom. I was like, well, how much do I put in? And she's like, till it feels right. I'm like,
What is it
What
supposed
does
to
that
feel
mean?
like?
I don't know what that
One
means.
breadcrumb.
No, I just wanted to make sure that I was doing it right, and he said I was.
So like
And
I've
then they came
started
out
to
right.
cook this
So,
year for
yay.
myself, like
Go
making
me.
like big like
Okay,
meals
you're
and
meal
everything.
prepping it too,
Correct.
right? Yeah.
So it's like, and I come from a very Italian family, my mom's side. So it's like I'm used to just hearing certain
Yep.
things in the kitchen, like, no, you got to do this, and I'm like, okay. So I'm used to it by now.
Yeah.
Lucky for me,
Well, I'm a very
there was
Italian
no one
family,
else
too,
home
but-
except for Josh.
I'll still never forget the first time Nick ever came over and like met the family and everything else like that. You felt at home. It was it was
Natural
interesting.
yelling, very natural. No, it was
Yeah.
awesome. It was very good. A lot of talking, which is what we do.
Do you?
And no
do you?
breathing.
So you do some cooking. You're getting into it now.
I am, yes.
You cook for sure because it's part of your.
Yeah,
It's part of you have to.
I have to. Yes.
Wait, so what's like your zone, right? So is there a type of cooking that
The
you
red
really...
zone.
Okay, yeah, listen,
didn't get it.
stop watching Squid Games.
I didn't get it.
No, is there like a nationality of
Okay.
food you like? Or
She wants to
a
play the
type of
fantasy league. She didn't get the
food,
red
or-
zone.
Okay.
It's the red
I
zone.
I didn't want to play in the fantasy league. I just wanted to be invited at the.
So you have
very
FOMO.
least.
You have fear of missing
Yes.
out. Yeah.
Look, you didn't want one.
Incredibly, Yes.
You didn't want to play. So type of food that you enjoy cooking.
Chopping vegetables. Is that cooking?
Honestly,
I cut some carrots.
hit the nail on the head. No.
I make salads.
No. I don't know. I meal prep most of the time.
Like Rob.
when I'm cooking for myself. But I
So
don't
when you
make,
guys-
I don't make buttered chicken.
Okay,
like
so
Rob
when you
does.
guys,
It was good,
All right,
thank
but
you.
when you meal prep,
Uh-huh.
so you cook for the week, right? Or a couple of days, or a couple of days, or whatever.
I'll do
Um,
like
But do you microwave it then? Like you have to reheat it.
so I do like 11 servings, give or take, and then I'll deep freeze them in our freezer, and then I'll just microwave them like 5 minutes, and then it's all good. Like the last one I made
It
was
still tastes good, just microwave back
Yeah,
to back to. It doesn't taste
fantastic.
like just like reheated slop.
I just made a
Oh, no,
spicy
that's
chicken
crazy.
Alfredo, and it was
I don't do
phenomenal.
that.
Because I know a lot of meal preppers do that. They and then they
Yeah.
just heat it up.
I don't like to do that because I don't think it tastes the same. So I portion it out and then I like
You cook it that day. Yeah.
I
Oh,
think,
different methods.
Yeah.
Ooh.
but that's also because like I find like I have time on my hands.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like I
because I know
just
Shay
need to stay out.
Prendergast, who we should get as a guest. We should have Shay on as a guest too. But Shay Prendergast meal preps
we're
too.
not good enough, guys.
No, I'm just thinking of people that we haven't had on. Jesus Christ.
What am I, chopped liver?
Lauren's so
We're meal
sensitive.
prepping, right?
Lauren's so sensitive. Oh, other guests. Oh, don't invite me to fantasy football. What's a red zone?
No, listen. The other day, Rob's telling us about all his meal prep, and it's awesome because I can't meal prep. We have to do everything within a day or two. But all of his recipes are like heavy cheeses, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I made what was the chicken with Alfredo? What was it called? Spicy chicken. Yeah, Alfredo. And as soon as you hit the word Alfredo, you're dead. You're like,
Hey,
okay.
what
so
was that
that's-
chicken Alfredo dish? Spicy chicken Alfredo.
I forgot spicy.
Got it.
See, I forgot the spicy. I knew it. I knew it was 3 names, so I forgot. it.
You know what I just learned the other day that I found fascinating?
No.
In Australia, they call chicken parmy. And everybody just knows what they're talking about. You want some parmy? Yeah.
I'm not going to carry that here.
I'm going to. You guys want
No,
parmy,
please
ladies?
don't.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Please don't.
So who does the cooking? Does Jackie do the cooking in your house?
Jackie, I do cook, but Jackie does the majority of the cooking for sure. Absolutely, that's like her passion,
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
and she's done everything. So she's meal prepped, like Rob. Doesn't deep freeze anything though. It's just she'll prep for the week, throw it in the refrigerator. We won't microwave it. We've done HelloFresh, so we've done all those. Meal
My
prep
sister-in-law
meals.
does HelloFresh a lot.
They're nice.
that's
They're
the-
a little expensive, but
Yeah.
it's nice to have everything kind of pre-prepped. And then now that she's working from home again, she's just back to cooking again.
Yeah, Kelsey and I kind of split cooking duties, or we do a lot of cooking together. Like where we'll do like she'll do a section, I'll do a section. She doesn't like to touch like chicken.
Chicken. No, Jackie
So-
hates that too. I
so
clean all
I'll
the chicken.
clean it.
Cooking
Yep.
together.
I'll clean it. I cut it.
I'll cut.
It
you
just
hold
depends
the
on what we're
bread.
doing.
Can you pass the spoon?
And she has some dishes that like she's like I make parmy.
Oh my God! Do not start
That's-
saying that.
that's what I
It's
do. I
not
make-
going to be a thing, Dave.
It's gonna be a thing. I make
No.
parmy. She does a nice risotto. That's purely her. Risotto, we're gonna call that. That's not a thing. Parmy. So
Master Dave's just gonna add an E at the end of everything from now on.
Or is
they
it
know
I?
Alexander Volkanovsky, one of the greatest fighters alive, also cooks. He has a cooking show on YouTube, and he talked about because somebody asked him about parm chicken. Do you call it parmy? He goes,
No.
absolutely. That's what else would you call it? And I was like, that's so interesting. Australians.
Keep seeing him on TikTok, like his cooking show.
Oh, he's
There's-
great.
Well, no,
Cooking
there's
with
a-
Volk.
There's a whole meme about it because there's this girl on TikTok. I don't know her name, but she has this like jingle, and she like has her own cooking show. But like, it's like
I know who you're talking about, actually.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like she
Oh.
like
Nick, you know who she's talking
Yes,
about?
because there was
Grandpa's over here.
of her about her
no,
the other
but, like,
day.
she's just she. I mean, I haven't watched anything, so I don't know if she cooks.
It's
well or
not Susie
but it's-
Vidal from
it's
OnlyFans,
more
is
No.
it?
Like a.
No, it's
I
just
don't know how to explain it.
it's kind of like Southern home cooking.
Okay.
But things
What's
that
that?
you can make on your own. It's just
You're talking about different things.
I think we're
no,
talking
we're
about
not.
different-
We're not. We're
No,
not.
what's
But
her
go ahead.
He's like, it's on the.
Oh, Kaya.
Yes.
She's
Still.
it's like cooking with Kaya, and then she does this.
She was
like,
cooking
dance.
with Kaya.
and then she,
Cooking
like,
with
turns
say I know.
around, though, and she's, like,
Okay.
twerking. And then everyone's like, and then it cuts.
That's why
to
Rob watches the
cooking
show.
with Volk,
Right.
and they're like,
never
some people are like,
I have never
it's
seen
crazy
it.
that some
He cooks
people
her
like
Kaya.
only know Volk from cooking, and
Yeah.
they have no idea who he is otherwise.
Yeah.
Um,
Great fighter.
But it's so funny because it's like I keep seeing TikToks of like the cooking with Kaya, and then it cuts to his like intro music,
Yeah.
and then him like cooking or grilling or something.
yeah.
It's so funny.
And he's got like a put together show. She's literally just in her kitchen with like an old school iPhone 8 camera,
Yeah, I
cooking
mean, like,
and singing the song.
I
So it's
can't
just
say
funny to see the
anything-
mix.
I can't say anything bad about it because I haven't watched what she does. Neither have I
It's
really watched
it's
what Volk
yeah, it's
does
nothing
either.
good or
Volk-
bad to watch. It's just
Volk is
her
just
cooking
funny.
in
I
the
get a
kitchen.
kick out of that guy. Makes me laugh. But yeah.
I haven't seen his cooking show yet.
It's-
I gotta check it
it's
out.
Pretty good. Cooking with Volk.
I will
Yeah.
watch the
He's got a
Parmy
good
creation.
intro.
Yeah.
Does he make a Parmy on the show at least?
I don't know. He did a steak. He did. I
You're
don't
losing
know.
me here, Dave. I need
I
to
don't know
see
if
the
he did a
Parmy.
parmy. So you're using it now too.
Yeah, I'm helping you
Yeah,
out.
yeah, I
You're
know,
welcome.
you're in.
A friend with a friend. I
Gross.
got you.
Parmy.
Now we should make a Cooking the Crocs Parmy episode.
A cooking and Crocs parmy episode.
Yeah,
I make a good
Cooking and
parm.
Crocs.
I make a
I'm
good
gonna
parmy.
report that episode so many times.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Yeah, report it.
For Parmy, of course.
What's wrong with parmy? It's a good name. If I go to a restaurant and order parmy, will they know what I'm
You
talking
said
about?
it's such an ick. It sounds like you just add e on.
Hey,
there.
could I get a parmy?
Exactly.
It's like,
No.
Davey asking for a Parmy.
Oh, don't call me Davey.
It's the
Oh.
Carney of
Did anybody
Parmesan.
call you Davey when you were a kid? I hate it,
No,
right?
no, not Davey.
No,
I got
it-
Carvel a lot.
Carvel?
Carvel.
But that's
man.
cool
No one
though.
could pronounce
Carve?
Caravella, so it was
Oh.
just Carvel.
But that's
the ice cream.
cool.
I got mostly Zaff.
Zaff. Okay.
Everybody shorted
That's a
like
good one.
my last name. They just shorted to the first 4 letters.
Yeah.
Zaff. I got that all the time. But nobody ever called me by my first name until I was like an adult.
Mm.
And then even then, it's like my wife and like my parents and everybody else mostly calls to me either Master Dave if they know me from the school or Zaff. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are my names. In case anybody was wondering,
Mm.
what do they call you, Steve? You're awfully quiet today for our 100th episode.
It's almost as if we only have so many microphones, and I want to let the guest have the chance to talk.
Yeah, but you just tap in. You just tap in.
I've been tapping in though. We've been
When has
swapping
he
it back and
tapped
forth.
in?
Man, he just attacks
I
me.
thought this episode
right off
sounded
the
good.
bat. This is what I gotta deal with. The smallest things. Right away. Anyways, so what was the question again?
We got to yeah.
What was the question again?
I
Nobody
don't
knows.
remember now. You just icked us out.
Was it what? He has a nickname.
So your fault.
He had an-
You did this.
Steve.
No, oh yeah. What, did you
That's
have a
what
nickname?
have a
It was about your
nickname,
nickname. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did they call you
Oh,
Steve? Did they call you?
When you were growing up.
When no, nobody ever called me by my last name. Apparently,
Never? Nobody
apparently
ever
for
called-
I
people,
feel
it
like
was.
everybody. At the
They do
school
now, though. We all call you
calls-
Corsentino.
Well, you guys all did at the karate school, yeah, but no, like regular
So
school
we
with
don't
my
count?
friends. What?
No.
So, what did the two of them call you?
It was either Steve, Steven, I got Stevie J.
Stevie J.
Because my middle name is John.
Stevie
So,
Luke.
Stevie
Stevie
J.
J.
Hey, you.
Huh? Yeah, hey you. Yeah.
Hey, you.
Hey you over there.
Clean
Hey.
up this stuff.
Yeah,
Let's go.
if it was hey you, I knew I was in trouble because it was probably one of my parents saying it.
Yeah,
So
I believe
that was that. And then in high school, my nickname was you probably know this. My nickname was Good Boy from the track team.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, good boy.
What?
Oh, good boy.
No,
Were
it
you a
actually-
puppy?
No,
That
it
was-
actually came from my older brother. I'm surprised we didn't talk about
No,
this.
we
when-
did. We did talk
We
about
did talk
this.
about that?
We did,
I'm
but the
calling
Call
older
you
you
brother-
Good Boy from
I
now
always
on.
remember
It's
it.
happening.
I'm pretty
Bringing
sure.
that
Good
back.
man.
I'm
He was
glad
called
that
Good
nickname
Man,
didn't
yeah.
stick.
Ooh, that's our
It's
that's our
crosstalk.
new
We
that's
have
our
to
new
wait till
meal,
we
the
get
Good
done.
Boy Parmy.
Oh
It's like a
God.
sandwich. The Good Boy
How did it
Parmy.
get worse?
Report.
What did they call you, Dave? You? Anything? No? Yes? I waited for him to eat first.
Yeah,
So
you
go
did.
go back to yours again.
Didn't-
Yeah, we'll give this one a break.
No,
I already
it's
answered
always
that.
been Dave.
I know.
Or
Zaf.
Carvel.
Carvel,
It's
that's
really
what it was.
weird.
Zaf,
Yeah.
okay.
The only
I-
person that ever
Were you
calls
Migs?
me
Did
David
No,
is
I was
Jackie.
not.
That's
I
it.
was
I always called you Migs.
I was brought up in the Nickelodeon era, and being the only Nick in a class of 13, it was Nick, and they would sing the whole song. And I was like, yay, so original. The 12 of you in the class. Never heard that one before. It was boring. Nothing good.
Beat.
What?
I got that beat.
You have to choke on a.
Also, notice how
Dessert.
I grew up.
Notice how he put his donut right onto the table.
And it's on the edge. He lives on the edge.
Um,
Powdered side up. The whole thing's powdered.
I grew up around the same time as a short kid.
Listen, I'm right here, Dave.
So I grew up around a little show called David the Gnome. Does anybody remember the show David the Gnome? So it was a cartoon show. So I was a short kid named David, and then the show David the Gnome came out, and he had a little friend called Swift, like a fox. And it was like big when I was like in elementary. So it was like, ooh,
Did
David
you
the
have a
Gnome.
friend that they nicknamed Swift?
No.
That would have been good.
Slap they gave him. Here comes Swift. That would have been my friend. Sorry. It's more of an 80s thing.
Also no. Also no. But I did it. No, that never happened.
I think we need to bring that back.
Slapping people? No. That's not going to happen. So, I
do
did
you
have
got?
another question. Now I can't think of it.
You had another question? No. That was very high pitch. That I think the mic caught that was good. Right. So that's perfect. He's trying to get a question out, but right now he is
I'm eating a powdered
occupied eating a powdered donut. Yeah, it's good.
I
They're
bought
good.
these delightful donuts.
I know. Did everybody
had-
have one? Do you have one? Do you have one?
I had for dinner chicken and rice, and now a powdered donut.
There you go, sir. There you are.
Our
Make sure
100th
I
episode,
give
we're
you some.
eating donuts and talking about nonsense.
Which is literally the other 99 episodes, except we have donuts. So, and more friends in one spot. So I'll take it.
Yes. Well, it's weird because we all have such different interests. Like Rob and I talk about One Piece a lot, but like Carvel and I will talk about like
Random workout
workout equipment and martial arts and comic book nonsense.
That's cool. What's the name of the new like shark character in Marvel? It's a little shark guy. Jeff the Shark,
big
yes.
land shark. Yeah.
Yeah, Luca is all over this.
I
He's
can't
loving it. What a
believe
surprise,
Luca's
right?
obsessed with the
I
shark.
know.
Oh.
No, but I didn't even know it was a thing, and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh yeah, Jeff the Land Shark's in the new Marvel Avengers
Rivals
game," and I'm
video
like,
game, yep.
"What is he?" And he's literally like a Pokemon drawn type shark.
You're still
He's
into video
so
games,
goofy
right?
looking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
PS5?
Yeah, PS5. We'll have both. Christian has everything, so
Well, they're Christians, but you
yeah,
sneak on.
they're mine.
They're yours or they're Christians?
I mean, he plays them, but they're
Oh,
mine.
but they're yours.
Oh, but Declan doesn't get
Never
one. See,
mind.
Christian gets one, but
That's what I
Declan
was
doesn't
gonna
get
say.
one.
So going back to nicknames, that was on the tip of my
We're
tongue.
moving into video games.
No,
You're
I'm gonna get back.
horrible
I'm gonna go
transition
back because I
Continue.
remembered what I was gonna say. My son, I tried to go.
Few of us too for nicknames. Just saying.
We call him.
We didn't get nickname it. We'll get you back.
Well, see, I'm bringing it back. Dak. We call him Dak, and sometimes I call him D-Dubs because his middle name is Wyatt. Declan Wyatt. My little cousin Rafaela, she's like 6 years old, has now become obsessed with Declan whenever she sees him. So all Christmas Eve, she's all over him. And she's like barely bigger than him, but she's like 6, so she's like, but she keeps going. So
He's
she's
almost as
calling
tall
him.
as Luca.
She's calling him Decky the whole time. She's like, Decky, you want to come with me, Decky? Decky, you want to come upstairs? And I'm like, oh,
That's adorable.
that can't be his nickname, Decky. Like,
gotta shut
we
that down.
can't. we
That's
gotta-
the one
I'm
that's
gonna
gonna
shut
stick.
that down right
That's
now.
gonna stick. That's
I
the
was
one.
like, because
They're
they
gonna be
call,
yelling that in school.
because they call her, because her name's Rafaela, but nobody calls her Rafaela. They call her Raffy. Everybody calls her Raffy.
What?
That's what they call her. Nobody's like Rafaela. They call her Raffy.
Just Raphael.
What about like
They call her Raffy.
Ella?
That's what she's called.
Rafi kind of sounds
just
like you're
Raph.
changing it to like an Indian name.
Listen, man, I don't know. I'm not her parents. That's what they call her, Raffy.
All right.
Sorry.
And now they're gonna call him Decky.
No, I'm gonna shut that down.
Decky Parmy.
Decky, you want parmy?
Decky, you want your good boy Parmy?
So what was
Here
your
it
nickname,
is.
Rob? Did you have a nickname? I want to hear Rob's nickname.
Well, I was gonna say,
Pinhead.
I feel yes. I feel you have to have a certain personality to have like an E nickname.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Did anybody ever call you
Decky.
Robbie?
I was called Robbie. I was called Bobby like once or twice, and I shut that down real fast.
Yeah, you got to step. Yeah, the people do that with Rob sometimes. They'll call him Bobby.
That's so weird. I don't like when
the
people
time.
do that to nicknames where like it doesn't match the name.
Like Richard and Dick.
Yeah, or
Mm-hmm.
like my least favorite is Margaret to Peggy.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
That one really annoys me.
I've never heard that one.
No, yeah, that's a
That's
real.
a big-
Yeah,
That
yeah.
and like Jack and John, two
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
names.
My college roommate.
Peggy?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
My college roommate was John
Mhm.
Churchill, but then he wanted to go by Jack because he had an uncle that went by Jack that was also a John Churchill. Like it was like a weird. But so what? So Bobby, go on.
I never went by those. I shut those down fast. When I was younger, I went by Robert. Then I went to Rob. But my family all calls me Bert.
Oh, that's so crazy.
Why?
Bert.
Bert.
Yeah, what's
Bert.
the story behind Bert?
You should.
Obviously,
Oh, you could go
Rob
just a
Bert.
mustache and be Burt
Bert.
Reynolds. Yeah. Yeah.
So it
When he
was
little. He grew him. He just drew one on his face. He's like, oh my god,
My-
it's little Bert.
my. I don't remember
Is
fully
there
how
an
it
Ernie?
started.
Is there an Ernie involved?
I've
here?
heard that every time I tell someone that someone's called me Bert, like my family calls me Bert, the first thing they say, "Where's Ernie?"
You know they just canceled Sesame Street.
No, my sister's not Ernie.
Yeah.
Sesame
Sesame Street was canceled.
Really?
Yeah. Sesame Street is canceled.
End of
Having
an
an
era.
episode on that.
Can we
Yeah,
come
yeah.
back to that?
We'll come back to that. I want to hear about Bert.
So my family just wanted something different, and then funny enough, when I was younger, we went back and bumped into someone else named Robert, and they were like, "Oh, we wanted something different. We call our son Bo."
What?
And I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Bert's okay. Just get rid of the first part of my name, and I have Bert. I'm okay."
So if people keep calling you Bert, are you cool with Bert? You like Bert?
Yeah, certain people.
So if we
don't
started
mind.
all calling you Bert, would you be upset?
I mean,
Sensei Bird.
no,
Sensei Bert.
no,
Yes,
that
this
does
is
not
gonna
work.
stick. This is great.
yeah.
That one won't stick.
Christian
See,
is
Sesame
gonna
will
love
air on
that
Max.
one.
You know, we'll be
Sensei
there
Bert.
last season.
No, but
so
that's always been a family nickname. So like, whenever I go to like, "Hey, Bert, what's going on?"
Library till 2027, and then it's done.
So that was mine.
It wasn't
nicknames,
canceled,
cool
but they're not making any new episodes.
Did
Done.
you have one, Lauren?
No.
Yes, you did. That's the face of somebody that's lying right now. What did they call you?
I didn't have any nicknames, guys.
She's so lying.
That
right
is
now.
the worst.
Oh my
no, no,
god,
okay.
Do not play poker ever, please. Not one. I mean, unless you're playing
Okay.
against me, then.
guys! I didn't have any
Everybody
nicknames.
everybody called me Lauren, but when I was younger, I was in speech because I couldn't pronounce my R's.
Okay.
so
So
Lowen?
I called myself
Lo-
Lowen. So now people call me Lowen to make fun of me, but I didn't have any like nicknames. 'Cause it was always just, like, Lauren.
Lowmeyer, Lowen.
What's up, Lowen? I'm gonna call you that from now on.
You know what? But like sushi.
The good
Aaron,
boy
like, everyone
Lowen
calls me
Parmy.
Lowen.
I call you Laurent.
You call? Oh yeah, I do have a nickname.
I call you Laurent.
Yeah, I do like.
I don't know
that.
why. I don't know when that started, but
I don't know either, but I like it. It's endearing.
I've been
I've
calling
never
her.
been
Lowen,
given
good boy
nicknames.
Parmy, also known as the
Ew.
Decky.
No, I've never been given nicknames, so like when someone gives me a nickname, I'm like, aw.
All right, Laurent. I don't know when did that. I don't even know
Lowen.
why that started. I just started calling you that, and then
I
I
don't
kept
know.
calling you that.
Yeah, you
Laurent?
kept calling me that, and then
Laurent.
we told
Laurent.
everybody at the school that my middle name was James, like LeBron James, and that's why we started it. That's not why we started it, but
No.
Johnny believed that my middle name was James for like, I want to say a good couple weeks.
And you're
Oh,
Alex's
yeah.
cousin, so.
Well, that's a real
that's
thing.
True.
That's actually true.
Okay. We'll let that
I don't
go.
know how you
That one
can't.
is true.
It's like the
follow.
pool on the third floor of the dojo.
I had so we had.
I
a-
need to
we had-
see the family tree.
We had a student back in the day. I still keep in touch with her. She lives in California now, Caroline.
Oh yeah.
So, shout out to Caroline if she's listening in California now. I got a Christmas card over there too. She was so convinced that the old brick
Shiny
school.
object. What?
She was so convinced that we had her so convinced that there was a basement that she actually Alex and I had her going so bad that she actually knocked on Master Paul's door at the old brick school and asked Miss Dawn and Master Paul if she could see the basement. And Miss Dawn's like, "Oh,
No.
honey, there's no basement." We had her so
You know what's
convinced
funny?
that she actually asked.
I could see Ms. Dawn going with the joke. Like,
Oh no,
no, you
like,
can't see it.
She was like, "Oh, honey, there's no basement."
That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I love it when people go along with a joke for a while.
What's funny is I keep a pretty straight face when I'm saying something, so it's like you never quite know if I'm totally serious or not. I've done that to you many a time.
So many times it is so frustrating.
Well, 99% of the time he's not serious, so just go with that.
Well, she didn't know. Again, tonight we're talking about the fantasy football, and she's like, "There's what?"
I said no. I said that there were 22 players on the field, 11 on each team.
And I said, no, there's 40 people that rotate 20 on each side. And she's like, no, it's 22. It is, right? I said, no, it's 40. She's like, she's looking at Keith Coleman. She's like, I'm right? He's kidding me, right?
No, because
I was
I
like,
knew I was
Oh, yeah,
right.
Lauren, there's 40
I
people
knew-
on the field
I knew
doing
he
a
was
football
lying.
game.
I knew he was lying. I just didn't know.
But she
if
started
I
second
was
guessing
right or
herself.
not.
She started
Because
second guessing
what if
herself.
It was like, 12 and 12 on each team, not 11 and 11. So I was sure.
First of all, if there were 40 people on the field, that would be amazing.
That would
I
be
knew that
nuts.
was wrong, though. I wasn't saying that you were. I knew you
I
were
thought
wrong.
I had you going.
Whatever.
40 people and then 12 protect the red zone.
I hate you so
ref
much.
shirts.
Only in Seattle,
You're
though.
so annoying.
Only in Seattle, there's 12 extra players
Yeah,
on
right?
the field.
That's their joke. Don't worry about it. And it's not funny, so you're good.
Yeah,
It's a football joke.
it's a football joke.
Rob's been hogging the mic.
I feel like I'm at
I
a
have
press
not.
conference. I am not guilty.
All the audio.
How'd you do, coach?
We won the
thanks,
game.
guys.
They got the ball past the goal line. Go team.
I don't watch this kind of football.
Exactly.
I don't watch.
They kicked the ball over the pole twice. Field goals.
Ever? You don't ever watch football?
No.
What about the Super Bowl?
No.
It's super though.
And
I do.
And it's a
I do
bowl.
a killer
It's
Super Bowl
in the
party.
bowl.
And I've never been invited.
I
That's
invite.
a lie.
That's a lie. I invite people every year, and I definitely invited you last year. You're
Yeah.
in college.
Yeah.
You were
It's
invited.
a Sunday night.
You were invited, yeah. Were
You were
invited?
definitely invited.
Yep.
Yes.
Did you come?
Yes.
Outstanding. Are you going to come this year?
Yes.
There we
I'm
go.
not doing one this year. I'm kidding. I'm doing one this year. I'm doing one.
Decky's hosting.
Yeah, we're
We're
gonna
all
have
gonna be
Last
Can
year
I
was
have Parmy?
last year.
We're
was
gonna
a-
have yeah. We're gonna have
last
good
year
boy
was
parties.
last year was the first year Nick brought the
report.
Nick brought
I
the
called the
kids.
cops on the party.
So last year was the first year that Nick brought the kids. So the kids come, and I'm thinking one of the kids. So I made sour cream and onion dip.
We were throwing the stuff outside.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. So I made sour cream and onion dip, and I put it out maybe 5 minutes, and I look back at the dip, and there's a streak of orange just cut across this whole bowl of dip, and I'm thinking one of the kids put a Dorito in the dip. I'm like, it's got to be Luca or Isabella. It was Nick.
I'm gonna blame my kids. Heck yeah, it probably was me. I don't remember, but
No, it was Nick.
I
And
guarantee
he's
it was
like,
me.
I'm like, who does Doritos and dip at like
Oh,
a
I know. I put everything in dip.
But it's a
So that
public
was most
bowl,
likely me.
but there's just cheese all across the dip. And I'm like,
I'm putting a
no.
smiley face this year.
Like,
I'm putting designs.
ruined
this year.
everything.
I mean,
I did not. I add the color to that very pale palette. That's what I did.
I was like,
I brought some brilliance to it.
well,
David,
and no,
help me out here.
You need
I'd
cheese
have
in
to
the
see
dip.
it in order to confirm.
Vision it.
No.
Bring
I
the
have to
vision
get
in your
everything.
mind.
Would you dip into something that just had like a random bowl of dip and now there's cheese strewn across it?
First of all, I would die if I had a Dorito. I cannot have Dorito.
Yeah, that's right. You're allergic to
And I'm allergic to your onion dip as well. So it's
What
like
are you allergic
double
to?
MSG.
MSG.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like all
He hates
sorts
Madison
Man,
Square
that's a-
Garden.
any of that.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
like.
He's
that's
not
like
a fan
like
of New York
good
sports at all.
allergy,
So
No.
like health-wise.
No
you're
MSG
not
at all.
hitting It, but like that's in every.
We tried to take him to. We tried to take him
It's
to
getting better, but
Hooters Wings because they make the
Oh, yes.
best wings. You can't have them.
no.
You can't have them. It's so sad.
Tough life.
Chinese food's mostly out,
Tough
right?
life.
I wouldn't say that. It's actually not in a lot of not in a lot of Chinese food now. So I'm pretty good there.
Oh, that's good.
So I have a question.
Taco Bell. That was your downfall.
Taco Bell
Taco
was
Bell's
my downfall
amazing.
once, but I've been good since. I've been good since. No, not White
Castle.
Castle. It's been Taco Bell.
So what's your question?
So, since this was talked about on the podcast,
Yes.
I'm going to be honest. I have not been the best listener of
That's
the
okay.
podcast recently.
But
have you guys
Dave
talk-
has, right?
Have you guys talked about the standings in the league?
Not as much. We've discussed it a
We've
little bit as far
discussed
as
So-
like, who's winning, who's losing.
So, okay.
About
That's
this
it.
So I'll
league
say-
that I
so I'll say
wasn't
this.
invited to.
We discussed about a loser wearing a certain outfit.
Oh yes. Yeah, we absolutely did.
We did.
Caravella, did you hear this discussion?
I did not.
Thank you.
First of all, we already established earlier before you got here that Caravella basically did not pay attention to anything during the draft except like
The draft, yeah.
the draft.
Neither did I.
We
I
were
was
building,
building
an IKEA
furniture.
shelf,
You
which
weren't
is
even
like
paying attention to the
The
draft
only
itself.
reason I'm participating is because I want to be part of the group. I want to get everybody involved, and I wanted to make sure
That's what I
Corzentino
wanted
played.
involved.
too. That's what I
Well,
wanted
no.
to. I wanted to be
Everybody.
A part
So
of the group, too.
Dave, how long was Corzentino saying, "I'm not doing it. I'm not playing. I'm not doing it"? I said, "We're all going to do it together." My goal was to just help you all play. That was it. So I didn't hear the trash nonsense about the whatever toilet suit. I just said, "Here's $10. Let's have
Well,
some
okay,
fun."
but-
Rob's running it. The end. That's all that I heard. That's all,
All
I
I'm gonna
care
say is
about.
we'll talk
All
about
I'm
this further.
honoring, regardless of what we talk about at the later episode.
We'll talk
We're
about
not
this
talking
further on the
about any
later. We'll talk
standings.
about this on the later episode. But I will say this:
Definitely not giving anything away at all.
the
No, yeah.
draft,
Totally.
the
I was
draft.
trying to keep it a
Nobody
secret.
knows.
When
but-
the draft took place, we didn't do it in person, which next year we will definitely do it in person. But when the draft took
Lauren won't
place,
be invited.
Lauren, you'll be invited. Stop
Lauren
it.
won't be invited.
I was building bookshelves
Okay.
at my house.
We
via
designated
Zoom or
we
FaceTime.
designated a time for everybody to log on, and that is a time Nick chose to build a bookshelf in his daughter's room. He didn't even have the camera on. It was like,
We heard him and his wife arguing.
heard
in the
them
background.
argue.
family arguing. I
mean-
felt at home.
and then
It was a discussion.
And then this guy's like, "Well, that was never said at the meeting." Like he was fully
It
focused
was. It
on
100%
what was going on at that.
Or
Every other
let-
person knew about
Oh
it.
my
I'll
God.
clarify. That was never universally agreed upon.
Dance.
Fact.
It doesn't
No,
have to
it
be
was.
universally
Yes, it
agreed
does.
upon.
Dan
The commissioner
Smith
has
knew about
I
commanded it.
agreed upon it.
Boom.
And we also agreed upon you not
And
joining.
when
It worked.
Lauren
The only
agrees
people
to
that
something.
said they did not remember
and
it
when Lowen agreed.
was 1 and 2.
And Lohmeyer.
You
Oh,
can't
you guys-
count Lohmeyer.
You guys
can't
keep
count
making
Lohmeyer.
excuses as we add. That's 30% of the participants, folks.
Oh, no, he's going to do
30%.
math.
then you're outvoted.
No, 30% don't know what you're talking about. You don't get it.
30% is
Let's-
less
let's
than
review what
70%,
30%.
good sir.
Let's review what 30% didn't know. One guy who was building a book, Bob the Builder here. This guy who is all focused on like, oh, I'm going to wreck everybody because I'm in 12 leagues. And then Lohmeyer, who is basically Rob's little puppet guy that was like,
Rob, what would you do? And
The
that
the
was
night
it.
before
Just
we
like
did
that.
a
He literally
practice
did, like,
draft,
Rob, what players would you
and
use?
Dan
all
decided
for
to
it. I
start
need help.
all my players that I wanted, and picked all of my players.
I
a
can't
pick before
imagine
me.
why. It's
I
almost
did.
like you told him.
I did tell.
all the
I did
players you
tell
wanted.
Lauren no girls were allowed, and she's like, Sarah was in the league. I was like, you have to marry a fellow staff member then to be invited to the fantasy league.
Options be limited.
I guess I'll never be in the league.
Rob's like, it's. There's 2 people on this couch and their options. So that's
It's
all you
called
got.
being a player's wife. Come on now, get in there.
Awkward silence.
You
Anyway.
like my Christmas Crocs, so Lauren's gonna get the same pair I got,
I think I am actually.
Yeah, we should
I
do
just gotta get more.
and then we'll take a picture kicking together.
Yes.
We'll twin it.
Yes.
Oh, 'cause then
But you know
me
what,
and Nick
though?
will match.
There's also another pair of shoes that I really want.
Are they Crocs?
No,
Don't
they're,
get 'em.
they're Uggs. They're
Oh
Palace
no! Oh.
Wait, listen. Don't do a
Banish her
jumping.
from this couch right
Listen,
now.
don't do a jumping crescent kick. I'm just saying.
Uggs.
No, they're Palace Uggs, so
Ugg.
they're like a
The
collaboration.
word ugly is in Uggs. Ugly. Uggs. It's right there. It's right there.
I'm not gonna
How
jump in on
ugly
this
also
one.
starts with you.
That's your burn?
That was the
Sorry.
Sick
That
burn.
was so-
burn.
No one.
Oh,
my
so-
God.
Blowing with the
Riveting
heavy
content
burn.
this week, people. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
This is the 100th
One of
episode,
the
everyone.
students said that to me once, and I was like, oh.
See, act it out,
And then they were
Dave.
like- and no,
You're
and then
offended.
They were like, an awesome ends with me, and I was like, well,
But you know Dave's a
So
So you're
tear.
stealing
You're gonna
jokes from
cry.
4-year-olds to try and burn me?
3 and a
Is that
half.
what's happening?
3 and a
Well,
half.
I'm rubber and you're glue. So it bounces off me and sticks to you.
you're a loser.
That was
Too much body mass in this couch right now. It's too much
Too much muscle.
muscle mass happening.
He's not here.
So tell us about your competition, Rob.
Oh.
Why are you going to the gym? Why are you
So-
meal prepping? Why are you working a dock, apparently?
Not to be better for himself.
It is to be partially better, thank you. No.
Competition's a great motivator, though, for self-improvement.
So me and a few of my friends in our friend group all decided to place a bet on each other to see who can get the most physically fit by the summer.
What's the prize? Is there a prize involved in this?
Yes, everyone put
Toilet
it.
costume?
No toilet costume. No, everyone put in
Rob doesn't know about that
$100.
part.
Did you all agree on this?
All of us agreed on it.
Were you building a bookshelf at the time?
We
of
were
this?
not building
Okay.
a bookshelf.
Just checking.
But we want to see who can put on the most muscle and
Now,
basically
how are
be
you
the
going to
most
measure
fit.
that, though? Like, put on the most muscle? Because some of these guys are already pretty burly.
Yes, they are. I mean, we're
It's a
gonna have a
word.
panel of we're gonna have a panel of judges who
Oh, my God. Are you going to do, like, a muscle show?
we're gonna
Are you
basically do our own version of a muscle
no.
show.
I wanna be there.
That would
This
be
has gotta
so
be an
funny.
episode right
They
here.
did
Oh,
like
my
a-
God.
like
So-
a
Wait, are you going to do, like,
bodybuilding
are you going to
show?
oil up? Are you
No,
gonna be
we're
like
not
the
gonna
Thong
oil up,
bikinis?
but
We are
Yes,
the
you
panel.
are.
We are the panel.
No.
No.
You have to. Let us
So-
be the panel.
We are the panel, Rob.
So-
Rob.
Panel. That would be so funny.
Oh, my
It's
God.
on the
So-
podcast.
Wait.
You get
Does he have
tan?
to wear like the whole thong?
no,
like
we're not.
naked?
We're not
Are
doing.
you going to
Just-
tan everything below your neck?
No, I
That's
don't
the rule.
tan. I turn red. I turn red. I don't tan.
Oh. You're not going to do the little... You have to.
No, we're
You
not
have
doing that.
to.
Yes, fitness competition. You need you need the Speedo, you need the
It's gotta
lotion, you need the tanning, and you need judges. Yes, sir. You just up the ante.
I know, and I got a few
Okay.
months.
For the record, Lord, we don't know what competitions you're watching, but thongs are not what
He
they
said
wear.
it. He said
Lauren,
it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're
He
doing.
said it. He was
Don't
like,
try to pin it on Dave.
Lauren,
I hate everyone on this couch.
just so you
so
know,
bad. No.
thongs are a
He said
regular
it, and I
thing
was
in
like,
all
that's not-
competition.
they don't wear-
There is no piano competition without a thong. So all thongs.
What is this conversation?
But who decides?
Us.
We were gonna have a panel of judges of a
Yes,
few
three
different
of us.
people,
Three
and
of
they
us.
were gonna decide who looks the
guys-
best.
Three of us.
You
Wait,
guys should
Who's
have
more
like, before-
qualified than
No, no,
us?
no. You should have like the before picture, right? Like a big like.
And they
screen of
crash
and then
through
you
it.
break through it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Perfect.
dope.
Love
That would
it.
be awesome.
Love it.
Well, the budget would be hand drawn, so I
We know
guess
an
I need to
artist.
know an artist
Hey.
who can draw an old photo
He's
of all
getting
of
it.
us.
He's getting into digital art. He can paint it.
We're gonna make one over saran wraps. They run into it. Like, we're like, winner.
Seriously though, what are you gonna wear? What's the outfit?
That is in the summer. I have not decided any of that, and I'm just working in the gym.
Speedo.
Undecided.
Oh, this is gonna be good. We want to film it.
Oh, you want to film
We
it?
want to film it. This
Well,
is an
then
episode.
then you would need to hear from everyone else as well.
That's fine. Can they? How about this?
How many of you are there?
Thongs
like
and
6 of
Crocs.
us.
Crocs and thongs.
Crocs.
That's what you wear.
But that's not
Family-friendly
not
show.
G-rated.
Your fault.
There
Family
needs to
friendly
be
show.
folks, right? There needs to be a talent section. There needs to be a talent portion.
That's how this
Talent
whole thing
portion.
works.
Absolutely.
I'll
That-
play a kazoo.
I don't care. I don't care. Do it.
That's lame.
The martial artist.
a talent.
He
gonna
didn't
play
say
the
what he was
kazoo.
going to play the kazoo with.
What did he say?
He didn't say what he was gonna play the kazoo with.
That's what
Family friendly show. Family friendly
cut,
show.
cut.
It could be his feet,
Report,
Lauren.
report,
It could be
report.
his feet, Lauren, or his
Play the
nose.
kazoo with
You
your
hold it with your
feet.
feet, or you blow with your nose.
You hold it with your Crocs.
I love how we started talking about this
Kazooing
podcast,
and Crocs.
talking about innuendos.
No recovery.
And here we are.
No recovery.
full circle. That's a good competition, though. So you walk away. How many are involved?
There's like 6 of us.
So 600. You'll walk away with $600. The winner.
We already
are,
had
Are,
wi-
are you going to do places like first place, second
Nope,
place,
winner
third
takes
place?
all.
Winner takes all.
Are you guys having $600 in singles in a treasure chest that you then get handed?
That needs to be a
Can we
discussion.
host? Can I? I'll put on a tuxedo
So
and
we
I'll
will
do
be
the
the
whole
panel.
thing.
I'm telling
Well,
you.
I was gonna say, should I put on a tuxedo for the
Breakaway.
for our
Perfect.
for,
Yes.
for the
The answer's
fantasy
yes.
one for our
Oh, for the
fantasy
fantasy
episode?
Oh, for the fantasy
I'll
episode.
host it
For fantasy episode.
because we
As
got
the
awards we have to
commissioner-
hand out.
As
Rob
the
is like-
commissioner, yeah.
Well, are we going to hand out the awards on the show?
We
Or are
can
just gonna
hand
do that
out
at
the award-
Because we're going to do a banquet, too.
We'll do a separate video with the award
Ooh.
presentations and stuff like
Two
that.
things that I'm not invited to.
Oh, no.
You can, if you want.
could
so,
be
okay.
the host
I was-
of the fitness competition, right? You just introduce the guys one at a time. What division or what category we're
I'm
about
like
to
Bruce
present?
Buffer.
Yes.
No.
And coming down the aisle now for his talent competition at a general weight of
the
more than
five
before,
rounds.
Robert,
I'll get Aaron to run.
Robbie,
well, so-
Bert,
so-
Radnicki.
So we were gonna get Pizza Hut for the banquet because that's what most banquets. When I was a kid, you finish your little league, you got Pizza Hut. You could serve it if you want. You can come out and like hand the breadsticks out.
Wench,
You
bring me my
suck.
pizza.
Why are you like? You're like women belong.
No, because you said you wanted to be involved.
I think you're gonna need a different rating on this
yeah,
episode.
this show may be adult content.
yeah.
Please have parents watch first,
Yeah.
then come back to episode.
No parents.
Parents watch this.
No,
the school.
no, we're gonna have to put a rating on his competition show when we have that out.
We're just gonna.
Oh, God.
You go. Yeah.
The thumbnail is censored.
But it's all the wrong spots. Like you just cover like his ankle or like his forearm. Like, come on, everything is still showing.
But wait, I don't understand though, because like your pal Eric is like a
Tired,
big
tired.
dude.
You
How does
blur
that-
out like his left shoulder.
But you're competing against like his friend Eric is like a big freight train looking dude. Like he's a big dude.
Yes, he is.
So how are you like?
Percentage growth.
How are you gonna win?
We were just talking about percentage growth and who looks the most cut, who's had the most physical change, which that's the biggest part.
How do you possibly judge each other without it being awkward?
Dude, you look so cut.
Dude,
No, it's an
girl,
unbiased
you look
panel, that's what I'm saying.
amazing.
Bro,
Have you seen yourself in that shirt recently? You
You
look
are fitting those jeans.
But they have a panel, so it's not them.
Correct,
So it's,
we are
it's
having a
people
panel.
outside of them.
But
Correct.
who's gonna be on that panel?
undecided.
This girl Sushi.
So
is
it's
in
us.
that?
So it's us.
Yeah, Sushi should be involved in this.
No.
You don't want
Rob,
your worlds colliding.
no.
You don't want
no,
your
no,
worlds
no,
colliding.
no. Because
I
one
don't
of
want
Rob's friends was really weird when he met Sushi, so I don't
So
want
he won't be
her around him again.
Is it? Oh,
Is he one of the competitors, the weird friend?
Family friendly
Yes.
show.
As of right now,
do all six of you work out together, or you working out everybody separate?
2 of us do. Eric and I work out together, and then we'll occasionally have my sister's boyfriend as well with us.
But
who's
everybody
also
else
in on
is
it.
kind of on their own
Yeah, give or take.
honor system.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody taking it seriously other than like the three of you guys that work out?
We're taking it pretty serious. The three of us, yes. I don't know about everyone else. We haven't really checked
must
in on
crush
everyone.
it.
But I am gonna have a new gym partner coming in the new year, and I'm gonna put this on here so I keep him going.
Oh
to
yes,
the
I
gym.
heard this. Yes, we'll see.
Yeah, Dan Lohmeyer wants to start going with me, so we'll see how
Is he gonna have
does.
to take off another 2 months from work because he's joined
He
the gym?
probably
Is
is.
that gonna be the thing? Guys, I got a gym
I
membership
love how you
now.
hand me the mic quickly. I don't want to get involved in this. What? I missed it. She's whispering.
No, that's an off-mic joke. But
All
it's-
right.
it is a good one. I'll tell you when this ends.
Yeah, I can't laugh at it now, so that's fine.
Uh,
But yeah, so
good one, though.
Lohmeyer, that's good. It's a mediocre lifting. That's what you call it. Perfect.
Just lifting Loma.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great photo.
And SWAT.
Oh,
My son learned
no, the
squats
Dirty
today.
Dancing lift.
My son learned squats today.
Hey, he did a great job, actually.
He knows me.
That was a
he
great
does a
job.
good body weight squat, good air
Yep,
squat there.
Yep.
Take it after his old man. Boom.
Your dad?
Me. I'm his
Papa?
I'm his old
Oh,
man.
you? Yeah, sure.
Old.
No, you have great form. You have
My
great
dad,
form.
my dad can't squat. He needs a knee replacement.
That's true.
He's not
Poor
squatting.
guy. Yeah.
He gets down to do like work. Like we had to do the outlet outside because my. So remember last podcast when the alarm went off my septic system
Yeah, mid podcast.
mid podcast after we already started filming again because my son was throwing up.
Yes. Dave had the worst
So-
luck on the last two Zoom
the,
podcasts.
The reason the alarm went off was the GFI outlet in my backyard went, and the apparently I don't know when it went, but the pump wasn't pumping, so the float that lets you know like, hey, your tank's getting too high. Yeah, that's what went off.
So when the float doesn't work, the other thing that goes really high for you to know it's not working is everything out of the sewer.
Well,
pump
yeah, which
into your
would have
backyard.
been like the guy looked at it. He's like the timing of it. He's like, oh man, you would have like another week, maybe week and a half for that thing backed up, which would have placed it right at the time where Steve's watching my house. Which would have been right when Corsentino's watching my house.
Can you imagine? And then
Oh yeah, thanks.
then Steve starts freaking out, and you don't tell. You just blame it all on him. Everything was perfect before I left the house with you.
And that-
I was like,
Yeah.
it
Steve.
wasn't recording. the
Imagine.
whole thing.
That would be my
Wait, we started?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
that would be my like. What did you do to my house, Steve? You owe me everything.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Most. Of
I
the
need
time.
liability on my house whenever you're watching it. Brr.
Yeah.
That's what would have happened.
Exactly.
But it
Exactly
didn't.
what
He
happened.
saved
I
you
would've
that
complained.
I
He saved
saved
me
you
that
the-
headache.
embarrassment.
Yeah. He saved me that headache.
Your
Yeah.
house really smells bad.
He's just walking
He's
and
like,
like
"It
the
smells
floors are
worse than normal."
squishy. He's like, what
I
is
don't know what's
happening?
going on here, but Reese's will not walk on the floor for some reason.
And my deodorant does not work. Like, that
Which
would
is
be the
weird
whole
because I've
time.
been sleeping on the floor this whole time.
I just felt at home, rolling around. I don't know.
No, Steve is probably Steve and Rob are probably the best house sitters I've had. Not a shot against Alex, but Alex
Not
has
that
left
much that we
things
have to
in
do, I mean.
disarray.
Nick doesn't want to talk about me house sitting anymore.
Well, apparently I have poltergeist defense I set up. It was an extra additive that I
Oh yeah, Nick's
paid
house
my
is haunted.
security company.
We learned the other day that Nick's house
I
is
have
haunted.
female poltergeists that call Rob at night. Hello. Now that I know, I'm going to call in through my ring, and I'm just going to do that to him anyway. I'll be like, Robert, I'm staring at your forehead. I don't know.
You know, I'm gonna laugh if your house really is haunted.
It probably is. What am I going to do? I got
Call
an
the
extra set of
Ghostbusters.
You should get a Ouija board.
bring Sage
You-
next
No.
I've had
Next
No.
year
one. I
Halloween
had
episode
one.
next time.
Have
Next
you
year
done
Halloween
it?
episode.
I
Next year
I
Halloween.
did one.
Next year
I
Halloween.
I
I want
used
to do a Ouija board so
I used the
bad.
Ouija
Why?
board when
So
I was 15. We used the
Crocs?
Ouija board.
You
Oh, yeah.
can live.
All the
I
time.
never wanted to dabble because I always had that like what if.
Oh, we dabbled in the worst ways. We had
No.
like the candles lit. We shut the lights off. That somebody
No.
had some sigil somewhere.
I knew
We
at a young
did it all.
age, don't mess with the dark arts. I was
Oh,
like, it's not
it's-
happening.
He learned from Harry Potter very well.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna
First
say
of all,
somebody clearly-
First
Yeah,
of
it doesn't
all,
have to be dark arts.
I
They're
was
just
like,
arts.
I was
He
like,
paid attention in Defense Against
None of
first
it
of all,
works.
I was like 25 when Harry Potter came out.
Exactly. You learned well.
Wow. Really?
When did Harry Potter first come out?
No, we were in our 20s. Yeah.
Yeah,
2001 was the movie, but the book was
I
way
wasn't
before
even
that.
alive.
2001
And
was.
you were like 25.
Oh no,
Kelsey,
it wasn't.
Shadow half.
Okay, so I was not in my 20s.
She said the
I
books
wa-
were 97, 98
Old.
because she didn't want to come over and use the microphone.
I
So
met
I'll
Nicole
say
in
the line
'98.
for her.
I graduated high school.
Yeah, so
in
I was
97.
I was
I
old.
wasn't born until 2004.
Oh my god, that hurts so bad. That's the year I graduated college. No,
No,
05 I graduated. I
2005.
graduated college in 05.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a kid say the other day, I went to go pick a date and the thing's broken. It says 1900s, but we started 2000. And I'm like, yeah, buddy, there were people born before you, and that's the number before. 20.
Well, I was talking about that with somebody the other day.
And
It
I
was
was
like,
like,
one of the parents at school was talking about, when you do the scroll boxes.
And
Like,
it just keeps
we can
going.
we remember when it first came out. When it first came out, like we have to pick your year on like.
Oh, and now
So-
I have to scroll down.
you know what it is now, Dave? The Price is Right. At the end where they're pulling that thing, and
So like
there it goes.
we remember when
We're
it,
still not there.
but we remember when that first came out, right?
Yeah.
Because it was the internet wasn't a thing, and then it was a thing.
Yeah.
So it used to be you just went like 3. There I am, and now it's like.
When were you filling out documents when you were 3?
No. It used to be 3 up, you moron. 3 up.
You said 3. That's all you said. 3. Go to 3
Look
years.
at the gesture.
Okay, I'm
3
not gonna
years.
lie. Everybody but you got it.
Oh, I don't think so.
Just like
Girl, I think
everybody.
Rob's with me. Rob, help me.
No,
Costume.
it is.
I'm with Nick.
See, thank you.
Okay, so the dumb half of the couch is over there.
No, I didn't want to say that to you.
Right.
Really?
Oh, I didn't know
Lowen?
what this meant
Relax,
for 3.
Lowen. Calm down over there, you and your parmies. The dumb half. Okay. Let's go. Have a
Yeah,
good time.
parmy.
All right. That's fine.
Listen, you're making fun of an entire nation. That's Australia. They all
I
call
have
it
family
parmy.
there, and I make fun of them to their face. I love them. It's not a parmy. It's a parmesan, but that's fine. They can call
Parmy.
it whatever they want.
Let's have some parmies today.
You're
guys.
carny. I get it. Yeah, it's fine. That sounds good. It's the carny of parmesans, the parmy.
So, all right. Well, I'm fresh out of topics now that I've been made fun of for.
Anybody else have anything they like to add, to throw in?
I would like
I
to
scroll
add,
that thing the longest.
I would like to add that there was a student that actually thought Rob was 42 the other day.
52.
52. I think I
Never
said,
let kids
no,
get your
no,
age.
yeah. She said 52, and then I thought she said 42, so I repeated it. So I was like, oh, 42, and she was like, oh, I was so close. 42.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's not far off.
Wow.
Oh, God.
I
No,
no.
one time-
Well, when they said 52, I'm like, I'm not that old. How old do you think like Master Steve is? Oh, he's in his 40s. I'm like, I look older than him.
That's always a barometer because everybody thinks Master Steve's older than me, and I'm like, nope.
Well, he looks a lot older than
I know.
They just walk in and check his pulse.
Although they did call you,
alive? Are you
they
good?
did call you old Master Dave. Who's old Master Dave?
yeah, who said that?
No, there's
That was
the
funny-
other
one of the
Master
funniest
Dave.
things
Yeah, I
ever.
am just the other.
2.0. Better.
It's true.
And
But you know,
Whoa.
but more often
He is
than not,
Caravella 9
Fire
forever
beef.
now.
they do think
Thanks to you.
talked about that.
Caravella
they do
9?
think they do think we look similar though, Nick and I, because we're both bald with facial hair.
Gee,
My
I
dad
can't
thinks
tell
we're
why.
The same person. Every single time I
No.
try and talk to him about
New
it.
students do come in and they're like, Master. like it takes them a couple seconds.
There's
They
that
know.
guy
They're
in
like,
Master Paul's
But, like,
basement
I
that was
get-
like, oh, you guys must be brothers. No, no relation.
not at all. Not even
I
Not
close.
get-
related.
No,
I get Emily a lot though. So like,
That's because you guys are female.
that's all. Because you look
Because
nothing
there's
alike.
there's Sensei Emily and there's Sensei Lauren, and those are like the main 2 female
Yeah.
instructors in Brick. So
You're the main female
somebody
characters
did
in our
tell
story.
me that
Yay.
we looked alike. Once.
I don't think you guys look alike
They
at
lied.
all.
I don't think we look alike.
Like at all.
No one sees
I
it
don't
here.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Emily
both
sounded
have
pretty offended
your own
though,
unique
and I was
qualities.
like,
Although-
"What's so bad about
Although when
Yeah,
I brought
why?
up
I don't see
the
anything bad.
potential of going like, because I used to play with my facial hair all the time. I used to change it up all the time in my younger days. So I was like, hey,
it
Kels.
was rainbow. It
I
was
said,
purple.
I was like, hey, Kels, what do you think about me? Maybe I'll grow the full beard again. You look too much like Caravella then. That Master Dave.
And
Oh
I
my
grow the
God.
goatee just to make us not look similar. Also,
I
Dave
used
looks
to
like
do
so
that,
many
though.
people.
Do you remember when I used to do that?
I do.
I remember the
No.
soul patch.
I did the soul patch, but I used to do exactly
The
this.
mohawk, yeah, the mohawk.
I
I
look
have
like
the mohawk pictures.
I looked exactly like the bad guy from Danny Phantom. That you know what I'm talking about.
Earlier today though, when Ari was like, You look better with hair.
Oh yeah. Ari's like, I want to see a picture of you with hair. You know, Ari, like our adult student. I was like, okay, I'll show you a picture. So I found like Facebook, like this was me like 2 years after college, and he's like, oh, you look better with hair. And I was like, whoa, hey, whoa. No, he's like, I just mean like, you look better with hair. It's like, I don't know what you
He
mean.
was like, you don't look.
He's like, I don't know
bad."
where to go with
He's
this,
like,
so I'm
"You
just
don't
gonna
look-
leave it and
you don't
walk
look
away.
He's like,
terrible
no, you don't look.
bald."
He's like, you don't look bad bald, but like, hair is better.
So,
I was like,
So I'm gonna ask this real quick.
no, I'm not going the mohawk back.
No,
I
dang it,
can't.
darn. I was gonna say,
Just
did
put
you
it
want to
on the
talk
back.
about, since you have me and the other Master Dave on, do you want to talk about the Caravella 9 real fast?
Oh, the Caravella 9.
I don't want to talk about that.
I love the
I
Caravella
wanna
9
hear
because
about the
I was
Caravella 9.
I was the scorekeeper for that. And when I just heard it, I couldn't have done a quicker. So are we talking about it?
We can talk about
Yay!
The Caravella 9 started many years ago at a tournament
Not far, far away.
not far from. Yeah, we used to
Pretty
do an
close.
in-house tournament. Rob was still a young student.
Pretty
Actively
bad.
competing.
And we had just had a whole talk about scoring.
Yes. So for black belts that were allowed to or were asked to be judges, we would have 5 judges for our advanced katas.
Yes, the high level, the advanced
Yep,
katas.
exactly.
We had discussed many things at the judges' meetings. No hitting to the shoulder strats during points barring.
separate story.
Side
Separate
story.
day,
Wait,
separate
I've never
day,
heard
separate
that.
Inside
way.
joke.
We'll get to that
Well,
one.
never heard
that's an
that.
off-camera story.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
After.
So
Yes.
we line
Crocs
up the
after
judge.
hours.
We line up the judge, and thank God I didn't have to judge.
And to be fair, the other 4 judges have all judged before.
Yeah.
Dave was asked to judge, Master Dave, and he had not judged before.
Caravella.
Yeah, Dave
But you have
Caravella.
to set the scene of
Yeah.
who is to my
So,
left.
Yeah,
let me explain.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I didn't have to.
2
I was
grand level instructors, and then 2, a 3 and a 4.
so the in-house tournaments are a little tricky, and I basically organized the whole thing. So
And I have been keeping score for you guys for a couple years now.
Yeah, so
at the events.
we orchestrate everything so that we don't like. I have a lot of stress that day, and let's just say one of the head instructors that brings his school there. I also deal with all the problems with his students too.
Yeah, Dave
and then
handles it all.
Alex is actually a really good
Excellent,
help
yeah.
to me because he helps me once I set the divisions. He kind of helps me with some of the timing, so he's helpful too. So one of the things I opt not to do because I'm so stressed that day is judge. I will occasionally jump in and judge a point sparring
Yes,
round,
like one of the corners or whatever. Yeah.
but I got too much going on that day. So we usually put Alex in charge of some
One
scorecard,
ring and myself.
and you in charge of scorecards at the
Yeah.
other. So that day we needed 5 judges. So it was Grandmaster Professor Curry, Master Paul. I believe we had Master Joe Malgiri.
Yep. Master Dave Caravella.
Master Dave Caravella, who was the first
First seat.
chair.
That was the first.
First
First
chair.
chair.
So like it went.
The most stressful
It
chair.
went. Yeah, that's not the chair you want to be in.
Ever.
And then I think
Was it?
it was
you were a master
part
at this point? Oh, what?
No, it wasn't.
what's
It
his-
was one of the youth in second degrees.
and it was a younger second degree. It might have
Yeah.
been. Was it
Wasn't it?
Well, it was over 10 years ago because I was the first.
Yeah.
I was 10. It was 10 years ago at least because I was a first degree.
So it might have been either young Curry or it could have been his right hand man.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I remember somehow Dave ended up in first chair.
Yes. And the first person. So the way it works.
First chair. If
so-
you've never judged.
Well,
So-
he's judged before,
But-
just not.
Oh! I thought
Not
he.
like
No,
Never
not like
belts.
that.
Not-
Not the black
white
belts.
belt division
Yeah.
and the yellow belts, the little guys.
And
That's
chair
what I've
3.
judged before.
And to be
Where you give
fair,
lots of
right?
sevens,
You let
which
well.
is the number I should have given out that day.
Yes. So the way we look at it is, for those of you not familiar with a tournament, the first 3 people go without a score, so you get a benchmark.
Right.
And then you start scoring from the first person on. The way it works is pretty much the first chair sets the bar for people to go higher or lower than with the rest of that round and that competition.
Well,
So-
ideally, that's how it's supposed to.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to go. So to be fair, that first person most of the time is getting some type of an average score, right? A 7, an 8, unless they completely fall apart, maybe a 6 area. But that's kind of the way you would look at it. I'm giving a very general explanation. So, of course, the first person to go was Rob. Rob did a great kata.
He did make a mistake in it,
He
though.
did make a mistake.
I do believe.
He did make a mistake.
Right?
Well, I did kata 11 at the time too, which not a lot of people did at the time, which was a difficult kata at the time because I just remember. Yes, thank you.
It was difficult
It was
for my Bluey fans.
It was, and I just decided to do it, and I'll never forget. It was at one of the turns towards the end of the kata. I made a face because I didn't spin all the way, and it wasn't like a big error. It was just enough to where I knew what was wrong.
And everyone saw the face. So knowing that, then 2 other students went, and now it's time to call back for the judges, right? So I'm holding the main judge card, and I say, judges score. And
you start
master,
to go down the line. You
yeah,
start going
and
down
every
the line.
judge calls out their score, and I keep track of them, and then we put them on the individual's cards. The first judge, again, seat 1, was Master Caravella, and he goes, 9.
He wasn't a master then either.
9. And I couldn't look up faster from the car. I was like, and it took all my strength to like, would you like to say that again, sir? Didn't do it. I'm like, 9, yes, sir? 9, yeah, okay. And every instructor sitting to his left just turn and look at him with
laser beams.
the most
Master Paul shot
disdain.
laser beams
Oh,
into my skull. I didn't even.
And
I didn't
then
even look at him. I
in
just
a-
stared forward like this is the worst moment of my
I've
life.
never seen someone instantly sweat like that. Just like, oh, I did something wrong.
Now, at the same at
It was
at
9.
the
and it
same
was like
moment,
7.
I'm standing there like I got a 9, and all I see is just everyone staring at you,
7,
and I'm like, I don't think I deserve the
7.
9.
But not even a 7. They didn't even stop looking at Dave. Like 7.2. Shame.
But I will say this: at least you had the smarts to know.
You did a nice kata,
No,
but it just wasn't a 9.
To your credit, and he was on like a 3rd degree or something like that back then. But to your credit, you knew you had to stay high at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so now all your scores
So you
were
adjusted
there.
Everything had to be
So
high
you
at that
adjusted everything properly. But that was the second funniest judging thing I think ever, because the tournament after that, I was doing the judge keeping for that round.
Yeah, I retired after that, by the way.
but
That
I
was-
got-
that
I was
the
doing the
last
scorekeeping.
judging
But
I
I've
did.
never.
the Caravella
I wanna hear
9,
this
never
real-
again.
Just to wrap this story, I have never seen someone break out into a cold sweat and not turn their body like I did. You see that?
Stare forward, stare forward, stare forward. I said
I
nine.
did a good job.
Knew
I did a
Master
good job.
Paul was staring
I'm gonna
a
die.
hole into the
Why?
side of my
Like-
head. I just felt it, and I'm like, I can't.
Like
look
he's,
at it.
he's
so-
unfolding his belt and just handing it off.
But what was your reason? Like what? Like
Just it was a good kata.
It was a
It was a
kata.
good. It was a high level kata,
went-
a good kata, and
Yes.
he's been used to seeing kata 2,
Yes.
kata
And
3.
I
The
went
kid
back and
falls
forth in my
over,
mind
they
'cause I
slide.
knew the face that he made, and I knew the error that he made, but it was still a good kata. And then as soon as I said it, and no one said anything, it was an awkward silence for a good 5
'Cause-
seconds.
like did
no
you,
one said anything.
But it was
did
also
you like believe it was a 9?
at that point when I said the words yes. 2 seconds after I
But
said those
it became
words,
it
no.
became
But-
it became
well-
a running joke within our crew though, is that the Caravella 9 is a 7.
Yes,
So,
I
like-
remember you talking about
Yeah.
that.
So-
Because I forget what you were telling me, but you were judging something that I did, and you were like, "Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
about
a
a
Caravella
Caravella 9."
9.
I was like, "What is that?"
Oh, that's
He
where
was
it
like,
came
"Oh, about a
from.
7."
So the whole reason I did that kata was because everyone did kata 9.
Yeah, well, that's-
everyone
yeah.
would do basai, and I'm like, I
I
need
did
to do
kata
something
9
So
later
different.
in life.
we did so I think the last tournament we did before COVID. It had to be the last tournament we did before COVID. I forget why, but I had to do scorekeeping. No, Alex was doing scorekeeping. Alex was doing scorekeeping, but I was helping with this. I was helping with the math, or vice versa. I might have been. And
I was helping, I
We
remember.
had a big conversation. We had a big conversation about scoring.
Oh, because the ties.
we had a big conversation about scoring. We had a big conversation about guys pay attention, be awake, be alert. And then
Like
one of the
6 ties
guys
in a
from
row.
Professor Curry's school, we go, judges score. This little yellow belt, like 5-year-old yellow belt, came up and did their kata, and we're like, judges score. He's first chair.
10.
And he goes, 3.
Oh.
And we're like,
oh,
we're
come
like-
on. The
we're
kid's,
like-
if he stood on the mat, he's
Oh,
already at a 5, just standing there, having the
that was
courage
kind
to do
of
it.
that was kind of the thing, especially when they're like 5 years old. So we're
Yeah,
like,
come on.
so Alex is like, 3,
And then
And
I
the
was
kids-
allowed to
and then-
judge again after this.
and then Master
Yeah, you brought back. You see, Dave's on the side like,
And-
yes, it's a 3.
Master Paul was
Yes, it
Master
is.
Paul was center chair, and he's like, and the kid's like, wait, no, I mean, 7-3. Yeah, he's like, I mean 7-3, but like
He got dyslexic on
we
you.
were laughing,
Whoa.
and the poor
Luca
kid,
too. Luca too. I got
poor
you.
kid was like, oh my god, because he was just like,
Offense not taken. Not meant.
Nick's like, I know somebody that has this.
I know a guy. I know a guy.
I can say that because I know somebody.
I can say I'm allowed.
friends
He's
with
in my
somebody.
circle.
I have
He's
a
a friend.
of a cousin.
That I met once
I can
at
use
a
that
party
word because I.
that sees things in mirrors backwards. I'm just saying.
I once reversed a word. I get. I know your
I
pain.
have spelled something wrong in my days.
We are on the same page. Caravel 9.
Well, so that's the Caravella 9.
I didn't hear about the 3.
Oh, the 3 was. And you know how bad.
No, you were saying. Go ahead.
Go on.
No, what were you saying? The first time you heard about the story.
When the first time I heard about it, I really thought that it was like he meant to be like 6, but he held up. The
No.
card.
We don't hold a
It
card.
was a full out, just
9.
Yeah.
And I still remember. I'm like this. I got a 9. Like, I did it. And then 7. And my ego was so deflated after
See-
that.
See, you guys, we used to compete all the time, and there was like certain schools where like you couldn't get. Like I swear to you, you've competed at them. There is one judge, I'll never forget. I can describe him. I know his name, but I'm not going to say it.
But you know who you are.
You know who you are.
All right, and
we
if you're
came-
listening,
if you came from our school, so we were competing like there's like 6 or 7 schools, you couldn't get like above a 4 when you did a kata. It didn't matter how good your kata was. So it'd be like 4, 8, 8. And I remember because like, was it you was it?
I did every kata. I did 10,
And
11,
you
and
have
I
You did
bored.
12.
I did
Kata.
12
You did-
and bored every
Yeah, because it was
one.
very long. But I remember Scott competed, my buddy Scott, and he did a beautiful basai. Like it was really just he was very good at like looking good when he did kata. And that same guy was like 4.2, and you're like, what? Just
Only with our school, you're saying?
yeah, correct, yeah. Yeah, it was you know, because you were at those same tournaments, and you're like, oh, I know, because at my first time competing as a black belt at one of those tournaments, my very, very first time, the first person I pulled was a guy that owned the school for 10 years. So I was like, I've been a black belt for like a week. This is all right, let's go.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, I didn't win. Just so we're
Listen,
clear.
back in the day when I used to compete with the other school in public tournaments, I actually had one of the owners of Tiger Showman's as one of my refs and got disqualified. So trust me, I'm with
Yeah.
How'd you get disqualified?
you. Yeah.
Don't act
so-
Shoulder straps.
That's
yeah,
the
no.
fourth off mic thing we gotta say.
Yeah. So no, it wasn't horrible. It was just, no, it was not that. It definitely wasn't that. No, it was it was in sparring, obviously, and the match was, the kid that I was fighting was a Tiger Showman student, and 4 of the 5 judges were Tiger Showman judges, which is really odd. That usually doesn't happen at a tournament like that, and. They're a great school, by the way. I mean, I know guys that train, and they're fantastic there. But at the time, when that scenario wasn't great for me. And the kid that I was fighting kept turning. So I kept hitting him in the back because he would completely turn around. and they would give me warnings.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, but I can't hit him forward unless I just knock him to the ground and hit him on the floor. So he keeps running. Like the entire match, he's running away. So you in a tournament like that, you get 2 warnings, then you lose a deduction of a point, and then you're disqualified.
Then you out.
So after the second warning, I said, I'm just gonna let you know I'm gonna hit him real hard. Like I don't know what I've never done this before because it's kind of disrespectful. But now I'm talking to the judges. Like I don't know what else to do. So now I'm gonna just really hit him really hard and see what happens. And again, right? I started with a jump kick as soon as they said go. I'm like, sweet, I'm jumping. He turned and ducked and hit him square in the back, and he kind of took a half a tumble and deduction a point. One more time, you're out of here. And I was like, okay, I'll be seeing you soon, Dad. I'm on my way over there. This kid ain't standing still. We back and forth got 2 legitimate points, and then he did it again, and I got disqualified. And I'm keeping it as super clean as possible, but I walked out there so professional.
You handled it well in your
yes.
young, fiery Italian.
Yes. You imagine the best possible way you could have handled it, and the opposite is the way I handled it.
Yeah. Well, you live and you learn.
Yeah. So
Well, I was gonna kick this crock at the comfort mode for our 100th episode.
Absolutely.
That means we're closing it out.
Yeah, that he
For
says
those
kick
people
this
that don't
crock
listen.
into comfort mode is
We're gonna
the
kick this crock into
closing line
comfort mode.
for because you guys obviously don't listen to the podcast.
I know, like we don't listen to this dribble.
Yeah, we don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Comfort mode. What's a crock?
Before we end the 100th episode, this was great, guys. Awesome having 3 awesome guests here with us again. It's been a while since we had this many guests on an episode, so this was really nice. But there is one person that we need to legitimize here as part of this. It's not
No,
always
it's not
about
me.
you,
It's not
Dave.
me.
It's not
I've been
always about you.
legitimized for a while.
It's not always about you. But
It
we
is,
had a
but that's
man
okay.
here that went from being, I'll be a semi part of the podcast to, all right, I'll be a part of the podcast. I'll be a shadow half of the podcast. I'll be like 0.1%.
And now
to
my
being
wife
a
is the
final
shadow
third,
half.
to actually being a third of Kicking
The
and Crocs. Like
final
we would
third.
never have guessed that he
Final
would actually
third.
throw himself into it. So
No, this is the third.
what
Final
we need,
third.
there's no more.
The fourth is
Yeah,
Decky.
This is it. Yeah,
Kelsey's the shadow
This is
half.
Declan's inheritance. But I thought that it would be nice to legitimize this man as 1/3 of Kickin' and Crocs.
you guys didn't get me a
And-
parmy, did you?
No, I didn't get
No
you parmy. I'm
parmies.
sorry.
That'll come later.
But
Whatever
Croc
this is
parmy.
ridiculous.
It
and you guys
it
didn't
has
need to do
come
this,
to
but-
our attention that Dave and I, we both have 2 Kickin' and Crocs T-shirts that were literally the first, like my attempt at how would this look on a T-shirt? How would this
Yes.
logo that Caravella made look on a T-shirt? So I made 2 T-shirts for each of us, me and Master Dave. I made
Yep.
a black T-shirt and a white T-shirt with the logo on it, and then I realized Nick doesn't have them.
Nope.
So now Nick needs them.
You
So,
did not have to
sir,
do
here
anything.
you are, Lauren. If
So
you
now
could be
he
the
has
one to
them.
hold them up and just show the camera the logo.
You
on
are
it.
crazy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
Children's
fun
extra
to be
small.
here,
Yeah,
guys.
exactly. So
That's
Nick,
what you
you
mean.
now have.
Wow.
That
guys,
is
you
go-
You're-
didn't
you're
have
what,
to do
triple
Listen,
XL?
that.
I'm telling you right now. I know that our plan is to do merchandise down the line, but we
Wow.
are not
Thank
going
you guys.
to make.
You didn't have to
You're
do
welcome.
that though. Thank
this,
you so much.
This is not going to be one of the merchandise that we release.
No,
we are
that's-
never going to release
A
this.
black and white T-shirt will never be released.
with
No.
no. With this, but this
With
look
this
like this.
straight up logo. no.
This
That
is not
is
going to be
awesome,
released. This is
guys.
just for us. So that is for you.
Steve
the
wore
final
this for 2
third.
weeks to make it authentic.
It's
Kickin'
got,
and Crocs.
it's, yeah, it's broken in.
Hoorah, hoorah.
No,
That is
I
awesome.
already.
Thank you guys.
you're
This
welcome, man.
is so cool.
Now
really
I got to get the
appreciate
shadow
that.
half something that she will never wear.
She will
We'll
accept.
keep it in the
nothing from us.
shadows.
Shadow half, will you wear something if I got your merchandise?
She said, "You know
The
better."
answer
Meaning,
was,
yes, of
you
course.
know
'cause
me so well.
She
is
says,
what
"Of
she said.
course,
She said-
because you're my husband, and if you
Yep.
got something for me, of course I'd
I would
honor and wear
treasure
it."
You should get her a custom pair of Crocs with the logo on it.
Yeah, I should do that. 'cause
You
she
should.
will
She'll wear
it.
it.
He should do that. He should do that for her before he does it
sliding
for
around the
himself.
corner.
Exactly.
Kelsey, I got you this custom pair of Crocs in my size.
In my
All I hear is, "Nick, can I sleep over?"
We're going to have more artwork for you soon, though.
Yes, we're gonna
We
have
have
some things that have
ideas.
to go to you to get made.
Yeah, I'm
we
in.
need to make our character in like holiday gear.
Also, we have ideas for taking our logo for when we do gaming in Crocs and then making the same guy play games.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk. After.
We'll
All
talk.
right, let's do it.
All right. Well,
Also, I'd like a Velociraptor.
Thank you guys.
called Velociraptor. So if you could put her face on a dinosaur, that would be
Like a
great.
cartoon face or
No, just
Photoshop?
no. You
Photoshop
could
face?
can you cartoon her face, like caricature, big head.
But she gonna be? Oh no, are we doing that? Or are we putting her
I'm
like?
so scared. It's gonna be so mean. Have you seen those people who do like the mean, funny
Yes,
ones?
of course.
Yes.
That's what he's gonna do.
No, you have a very caricature head. You can do it.
Are you insulting our best guest? And I say
I
best because
said
she
nothing
has
about Rob.
No, as far as number of views, she's got the most.
Hey.
She's the most views.
good now.
Caroline.
Rob's
I
like-
have the most amount of views.
No, but Rob was like number 3. What was Rob was pretty
Actually,
high
I
too.
shouldn't brag
what?
about that. I'm gonna get passed.
Views? Did he have like 3 or 4?
For what?
Most views. Was he? Was he on?
Rob
Oh,
has
most
3
views? The
bottom half.
no, I forget. I already forget what
Not
the
the
order
shadow
was.
half.
We can go back and rewatch the
Yeah.
episode if I know
All
what
right.
it was.
Well, you stay kicking internet.
Well, that being said, so concludes the 100th episode, our 2-year anniversary of this podcast. 2 years we've been doing this, guys.
50 episodes a year.
Yeah, man, we've been doing this.
I don't know if that's
For-
accurate.
No, it's been 49 episodes a year. But hey, you know what? It's just it's whatever. I just can't believe that it's been 2 years already.
Wait, now is that
Guys, it's
backwards?
It's
backwards.
backwards on the screen. Why would you do it that
To
way?
the audio listeners, Nick and Rob are trying to create 100 with their hands, and they did it backwards.
We were successful.
They made it happen eventually.
We did 1 to 100. That's
got
what we were.
99
That's the goal.
exactly
problems.
what it was. You're not wrong. Well,
And all of them are because of
yeah,
them.
we heard none of that.
Th- well,
By the
yeah.
way,
Sorry.
just so you know.
Sorry.
You know when Lauren thinks the joke is funny because she can't tell it.
Anyways,
That
So,
did not-
guys-
that you might
Why are you
See?
smoking
See?
that microphone? Anyway, let's end this podcast.
Lauren's doing like the echo effect, and while Steve's sitting there having like a cigar. I don't know
know,
what's
right?
happening. She's like,
It's the secondhand smoke.
And you stay kicking internet.
yeah, right. Well, thank you, the audience, for putting up with us for 2 whole years. Thank you, all of our awesome guests here. Man that made our logo, our first guest, the most viewed guest.
you,
and
audience
then
member.
Rob.
And on episode, when we get to episode 150, Kelsey will be on. 150.
Just like we said about episode 50, she'd be on, and now we said it about 100.
Episode
and now we said
500.
Wait, you guys thought Kelsey? Wait, I thought Kelsey was supposed to be on this episode.
She was.
Yeah, no, she was.
Look how
Make
that
her
went.
appearance real fast.
Didn't I tell you?
Look how that went.
No.
Yep.
One day.
Anyways, we'll make it happen.
she
The
can't
shadow
be on
half
the
will
show
be
because
here.
it'll mess up all of our movie endings.
We'll have to just make sure that we get
Yeah,
through
you
the
see- if you
whole
watch the
movie
end of the
endings,
movie.
and then we'll have her on. Anyways,
She's trying to crush all things Crocs. Oh yeah.
if you haven't already, make sure you follow us on Instagram and on TikTok at Kickin and Crocs. KICKIN.in.Crocs.
CROCS.
The best. Yay.
Subscribe to us on YouTube to watch the video versions of this podcast and to see all these happy smiling faces that we have gathered with us. So subscribe to us on YouTube. Like
Dave's
the
falling
video if
asleep.
you enjoyed it. Yep, Dave's falling asleep over here.
Way
Like
past
the
his
video if
bedtime.
you enjoyed it. Comment below. Give us some comments on any of the topics that we talked about today. Comment down below your favorite episode of the podcast out of these 100 that we've done. Comment below any other guests you'd like to see on the podcast. Any of the former guests you'd also like to see return again. And that's about all that I've got. Anybody else have any other
No one's
closing
listening?
statements?
No.
Nothing for anyone that's listening.
I've been.
Okay.
And
okay,
for
make
folks
it
that are
sure.
listening,
Oh, that's right. Right. He's on it, man. And if you're listening,
that's
trying
why
to-
I got the T-shirt.
No, I
It's
was
awesome.
trying to avoid this one because you're going to say, like, give me 78 stars because I don't know how stars work.
1,000. Continue. Go.
if you're listening on audio only, then you should give us.
How many stars, Rob?
At least 5.
At
There's
least 5 stars.
Only 5.
No, Steve.
There's
how
no
else can you give more than
rating
5?
System.
In the comments section, just load it up with more stars. Boom. Now more than 5. Thank you. As many as you possibly can. Plus 2025. We share with everyone we know. We subscribe. We listen to it on Sundays after church, before church, on the way to church. For those of you who don't go to church, listen to it anyway. Listen, subscribe, comment. We love you guys.
We do. Yeah, I won't.
Oh,
I
God.
won't. I promise I
Yeah.
won't. That was
Everything's-
nice.
Another account. Watch it on that account.
Yeah,
Leave
make
it
all
5
your
stars
burner
on that
accounts.
account. Then
Watch it
do
on
it
that
again.
account. Yeah,
We
exactly.
should each have 5 accounts watching.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a lot of.
All
That's
right.
a lot of stars.
It's a lot of stars right there.
Way more than 5. Dave.
Until next time, I've been Steve.
Always Dave.
Still Nick.
With
Rob.
Lauren.
Dave.
everybody together. Ready?
I love you from the bottom of my Crocs.
That was okay. I did forget about that line. I'm sorry, but we all have to say it together. Ready?
And you stay kicking internet.
No one understood what we said.
No, probably
It was
not.
just a big.
And we're done.
Kicks and punches, we enjoy the fun. Shouting with interest in people while styling while we run. It's Kickin' in Crocs. We're kicking in Crocs.